By the time I graduated college, it was like, well, if you really want to make money and you are a crappy filmmaker like you are, go to YouTube. And we hustled, and I learned how to make terrible things and how to make some good stuff. But I think the feature was always just like, I should do this. Well, there was an interesting inflection point where we built a YouTube channel. It was paying for our life for a little while.
Wow, that's an accomplishment. Good for you.
And
for a little while.
And then it crashed and burned.
What was it about?
Oh, yeah. So we called it the Freakin' Rad Show. And it was like, we did these sci-fi action comedy sketches.
Oh, okay.
You know, live action recreations of video games, or it was like mashing up two different video games together, and like Halo and Destiny and all these. And we just kind of like made funny, silly sketches. They were pretty high concept. And so for a little while, that stuff would do well. And you could make a 4 or 5 minute, little short.
Halo and Mario Kart.
Yeah.
That'd be a terrible combination for Mario.
But that was
just bananas versus guns. Oh no.
That would be literally on a list of 100 ideas. We're like, should we do Halo versus Mario Kart this week? I don't know.
yeah. But anyway, so that did well. And so that gave you the energy to kind of think, oh, well, we can do a feature film called Alien Country, right?
Yeah. And what would you say? Well, I mean, we crashed and burned.
You crashed and burned first.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I mean,
what crashed and burned it? I mean,
literally the algorithm.
It just kind of,
like we couldn't keep up with the daily vloggers that were posting, their 30-minute episodes of their day in their life that they were posting every day. Cause we were posting like once every 2 months or once every 3 months sometimes. And literally we posted a sketch.
Okay. Sorry. This is totally
we can cut this out.
No, I can't hear her at all.
Oh, you can't?
No.
Oh, that's just.
Is it just me? I just want to make sure.
You.
Okay,
I can hear her. Can you hear her?
I can hear me.
So we just somehow have you cut off. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. Okay, good.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Does it bother you though?
No. It's fine.
That
it was like clipping
How
in and
about
out.
now?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Okay, cool.
Oh, well, it's just a monitor button. It wasn't a record button.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So the algorithm just like pivoted on us. And so our sketches stopped performing. And then we started posting tutorials about how we made the sketches, and those tutorials would take off.
Okay.
And so just literally the content that we were making was not performing anymore. And then we had a team and we all broke up. It was like a band, and we just like, it was like woohoo, boohoo is us. And we had pitched to the team like, hey guys, we want to make a feature film. They were kind of into it, but they really were into the YouTube thing. And after the breakup and after the algorithm thing, we really just started to focus on rewriting a script that we'd put on the shelf called Shotgun Jimmy, actually.
Okay.
It had been on the shelf for 5 years or something. And we started rewriting that script. And yeah, I think at that time too, like the idea that we weren't making a ton of money. YouTube, we had like different streams of revenue, and this is important, I think, for creators to understand.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Is like, we would make AdSense, but AdSense was like the grease. We get like, I don't know, like
It was a trivial amount.
Like, yeah,
really.
it was like, here's $500, here's $1,000. And it was like
a month.
A month, yeah.
Well, that's still pretty good.
It's still pretty good.
okay, yeah.
But it was like for 5 people running
that's
a channel.
nothing. Yeah, I was like, oh, well, we made $100 this month, guys. Yeah.
So it was like, but sponsorships were our biggest thing, and so we had like some sponsorships that were in 5 figures, and we hit our first 6-figure deal.
Wow.
And we're like, this is it. We're gonna go.
We've made it.
I'm gonna quit my job at Google, which I was working at Google at the time, and I quit my job, and then that contract also fell through. So that wasn't great. But
oh no, you quit your job and then the contract fell through. Bad combo.
Well, we had a contract. We thought we were good, and they.
That's film, right?
But then, then also YouTube, who I was previously working for, they changed the algorithm. So like she's saying, so it was a great crash and burn. All things considered. But we were like, well, we can just freelance. We started freelancing more, and it was like, well, I mean, if YouTube's not working out, where are people paying for content? And it's like, you can sell a feature film, you can license a feature film. Like, let's go make a feature film. We asked a bunch of people. Some people have been on your podcast, like Brian Pruff. Like what should we do? And should we make? And we wanted to do sci-fi action, like we were doing on YouTube. And so we took this script and said, well, can we make this? And can we make it for an affordable price that will make the money back? And no, we again crashed. No, I'm just kidding. But that's what launched us into Alien Countries.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. So just on the YouTube channel, so you had sponsorships are your main thing.
Yeah.
And and you were releasing content like once every 3 months or something, or like
it
how would you
like
this? A lot of production value. I mean, getting to someone to look like Toad is pretty hard and expensive. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, that was literally why we couldn't keep up with the algorithm. It's
Yeah.
just like we would take our time to make the shorts look good, and we couldn't post once a week. We didn't have a team where we could post once a week. type thing, or
Yeah.
support a team. Like,
well, that's
we
a
didn't get
hard
there.
workflow.
It was very difficult. And, again, like, we had these one-offs that did really well, got, tens of millions of views or whatever. And back then it was amazing. And we were hitting this pretty reliable, what's the word, like, recipe for each, we were like, oh, if we do this mashup, we know we'll go viral. And it was working for a little bit.
Yep.
It was working for a little bit. I'd say like a year, I don't know, 2 years, something like that.
Still, that's a good run.
Yeah.
And we also, what we decided, because YouTube in 2018 changed to being not just like an aggregate of content, but they were like, we're going to be a search engine. And that business shift really meant that longer form and more instructional content was going to perform well. So again, like we were saying, our tutorials were doing well. So we said, well, what we should do is, like, as filmmakers, we should vlog as we're making this feature film. This is going to be like, and give people a unique perspective that just isn't out there, where you have feature film director, writer, director, producer, duo, but we're also working, and we show them the ins and outs of that. Turns out both of those are a full-time job. So
for sure.
being a full-time YouTuber vlogger, being a full-time director. And so we put the YouTube on hold, and it's literally now that we've finished the film, it's out in the world, that we're coming back and we're like, we have 4 years of vlogs that we just can't wait to show.
20 terabytes of behind the scenes footage.
It's more than that, but it's
making this movie.
Oh my goodness.
At least.
Yeah. So we recorded the entire process of it.
Of Alien Country.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of making the movie.
Interesting.
Yeah.